If you think about all of the knowledge and experiences that we gain over the course of our lives, the amount that helps shape our worldview are probably too numerous to count. For example, when we are young, our parents' perspectives directly inform our own opinions on things like politics or religion, while later experiences like romantic relationships shape our perception of love and the levels of emotional risk that we find acceptable. In sociology, such knowledge and experiences are referred to as social phenomena, which are the individual, external, social constructions that influence our lives and development and are constantly evolving as we age. If this definition sounds vague or confusing, it's probably because the category of social phenomena is incredibly broad and complicated. But the fundamental principle of social phenomena is that it is created by society as opposed to something that occurs naturally in the world, like earthquakes, viruses, or acts of weather. One of the most important aspects of social phenomena is that it involves one person's observable behavior influencing another person. For example, racism is a social phenomenon because it is an ideology that people have constructed that directly affects another group, forcing them to change their behaviors. On the other end of the spectrum, marriage is also a social phenomenon because it is an observable act for which people have created and applied meaning, which alters the concept of love and relationships as that meaning evolves. There are many different types of social phenomena, and it would be impossible to explain them all within this single lesson. The following examples, however, should give you some insight into how social phenomenon works and why it influences our lives so significantly. There are many different ways that other people can influence or change our lives, but among them, behavioral phenomena are probably one of the most significant. For example, imagine if you were walking down a city street and were suddenly mugged by a stranger. Once the initial shock of the experience had worn off, think of the ways that it could alter your own behavior from that point forward. You would probably become much more cautious in similar situations, perhaps more fearful of strangers, and so on. In the context of social phenomena, crime and other acts of violence are incredibly influential when it comes to shaping our behavior or opinions on certain subjects. In the example we just used, one person's behavior, a criminal act, towards you has affected your sense of physical and emotional safety and changed the way that you will behave and think from that point forward. Similarly, wars have an equally important influence as a social phenomenon. Take, for example,